Spiderlings. It's gonna be a tricky game here, Winter. And basically, I was just going over how, OG. I think if they win hard in one of these lanes, if they can focus one of these lanes, this little try-cheese lineup might fall apart a bit. Imagine a Broodmother who lost a lane hard. Imagine a Meepo who gets crushed in lane. None of those.
Yeah, I mean, for this type of lineup, having a good laning phase is like extremely important for you to be able to make this type of lineup work. Like if you don't do well with the lanes, you have no stuns, you have one snowball and punch. Good luck, man. Good luck trying to kill the Aya and Kotal kiting you around in the team fights, I'm not so sure about the idea of why they decided to go for the snap mid this game. But we'll just have to see. Maybe they feel like the snap is just going to provide them with more damage. With Kotal mid, they feel like they won't have enough damage to win the team fights. Or they just feel like Snapfire is a good laner against all their cores.
Yeah. I also feel like it's, well, I don't know. Is it earlier activated than a Coddle is? I feel like
Kotal's pretty early though. Like he's a pretty strong early hero.
Yeah, that's what I agree with your point on the damage though. I think it could be just for more early damage. Perhaps OG expecting lots of early brawls and fights. Like it's very realistic with this kind of a team against this kind of a team.
4-point shredder. Are we gonna see early 4-point?
Yeah, right. Malady in the Eastern European region was trying some of that out. Nice job blocking the bear. Seb gonna be able to make sure he gets his hands on that early bounty rune. Well done. I think for me, it's a question as well as, well, I look at these three heroes, especially the Broodmother and the LD. Like some of these heroes have to farm on the enemy side of the map. Probably it's going to be this Broodmother. I mean, I don't know, between a Coddle or a core Snapfire. To me, I think that the core Snap is going to be able to provide like more map control, like exert greater control over an area. Simply because you have solo kill potential with the kisses, right? With a little +1. Tons of damage on your first skill, right? So you can show up to lane and easily kill the broodlings very quickly compared to, maybe trying to channel up the light.
I mean, Kotal also does a lot, I feel like you are a little underestimating their hero a little, and you're gonna have like a very early vessel with Keeper of the Light. And if you get it early, and it's gonna do a lot of damage with your ultimate. So I mean, I feel like it still has its merits. Just curious why they decided the Snapfire instead, but we'll just have to see and watch the game and then understand why they're doing it. So we have a shard block here onto Whisper.
Yeah, that's pretty good. They have a blood grenade. They're not really too close to level 2 though on anything here, so I think this is just going to be a little bit of damage. Let's quickly check in the other lane. Seb not in the Discord. Seb playing Wisp, just jamming out to some music. There it is. Good to go now. All right, let's see down bottom. Spartan eager to fight. Is he going to throw the blood grenade here? Whisper taking a fair amount of damage, but yeah, like I said, especially with that Scorched Earth level 1, they don't really want to go for a walk with the Doom holding his hands.
Yeah, it's too much damage if you're not careful. If you commit on the Doom, you better make sure you kill him. If you don't kill him, you're just gonna take a really, really bad trade. So I mean, overall, I feel like the laning phase wise is gonna be extremely crucial for KZ team to do well. Another shot block here, just trying to harass the Doom as much as he can.
Yeah, and they actually missed out on the Sentry Ward, so small win already for KZ team in the side lane. Ari's not going to have access to the hard camp to pull it. Little courier kill there as well. Never hurt anyone except for the courier. Spartan getting blocked a little bit, has a snowball over to the creep wave. He'll be okay.
Oh my god, he has snowball at level 2, so I feel like with the snowball, then they might not have enough damage without the attack into pressure. We'll just have to see. Supreme not having such a good time, melee hero against Snapfire. You go near, then you take a shot to your face, It's not fun.
No. Has no bottle either, so these water runes aren't going to give that much regen, at least as much as he's hoping for. That is if he was a different hero. Be careful for Spartan here, as he is looking to try and avoid a death, but instead Ari's just going to go ahead and blast the creep wave here with the Illuminate. This is going to get tricky now for the Meepo, really. 2 points in the poof, but, like you said, the ranged hero advantage here for BZM is very natural, and we start taking a pretty big lead here.
Yeah, how about the top lane? The Brutes lane, Supreme?
Yeah? It's okay.
It's fine.
But again, that's kind of what I mean. Like, how are you ever... He didn't even get the poof off. I don't know how many poofs he's even done in this lane. Healing Salve at least delivered, tops him off, but it's a struggle city down there, really.
Yeah, I guess this is probably the reason why they wanted the Snapfire as a mid laner this game instead of the Kotal. Because Kotal, you kind of trade farm against the Meeple. But with Snap, you can actually pressure him from the lane.
Right. I think Kotal's not really this trade farm kind of... Or sorry, make that Meepo is not a hero you'd much rather trade farm with in the early game, is it? I think at some point you kind of just have to let him do his thing because he does get divided we stand, as we see now, but yeah. They're going bottom, at least they're trying now with the Ice Shards, but it seems like instead it's OG who's being a little bit more aggressive here. Whisper, the Peruvian and British lane down here, doing absolutely tremendously so far. Pardon me, of course Bolivian, Whisper's Bolivian.
Dire's courier has been killed.
And how about Brood? Brood's kind of doing okay in terms of CS, but Luna's, I feel like Luna is happy trading farm like this, you know. Because Brood is a hero that you would also like to win your lane sap. Yeah, trying to go on him. He should
out of region. He's got another tether. Can he reach the creep wave? Yeah, no, he cannot.
Yeah, Slip grenade, you know. Gotta have one of those for the laning phase for sure. I mean, this is not exactly the strongest lane, Phoenix plus Brood, compared to some other more aggressive position force, but he still got the job done.
And they just no chill in this bottom lane. They're so aggressive here. I've got this Orb of Corrosion now online for the Spear Bear. So expect some more advantageous trades, at least whenever the Scorched Earth isn't online, right? That's going to be the biggest difference maker. I'm also curious to see now the farm efficiency for the mid lane Meepo, as Sab is going to have to jump on over to the range creep to avoid potentially taking a death. But especially now that he's able to just walk a Meepo home, poof it back on in. It's no bottle, but it's better at least than not being able to touch the creep wave.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely trying to push out the wave and trying to use the jungle to catch up. You know, playing the lane against the Snapfire is he's actually dead.
He's just
can't run. There is a multiple keys available if he runs. Well, this is not looking good for the Meepo right now.
Just kind of seemed like a miscalculation as well, honestly. Decided to poof on in. I mean, he kind of had seen that cookie combo, if you call it a combo, a couple of times already. So a little bit of an unfortunate death there for him. They might try for Whisper, though, anticipating the Coddle is away and stacking. That is the case. Whisper, Scorched Earth at the ready. He's actually in for a bit of a tough time here with that extra entangle, diving the tower. He still has a Lotus, and he will actually live. Now they're turning back onto the Bear here. Bear will go down. 300 gold into the pockets of a Whisper, and the kill as well for BZM. Downtown, the Kiss is finding the kill.
Very, very nicely done by BZM, rotating in when the offlaner is getting ganked, and Snapfire, you kind of want to take advantage of all these movements on your offlaner. Very similar to Queen of Pain tipping in, because you have a huge range with your Sonic Wave. Same goes for Snapfire. Just arrive in the tower and just cast your R, and you're gonna help your teammates win the fight.
Really clutch move by Spartan. He dragged the creep wave just through here, just so the wagon would die to the tower. So he is going to be able to minimize the damage, even if they did just find a double kill in this lane. That's a heads-up play. And where are you going, Spartan? Oh, he's gonna. Of course, he's gonna try and steal the Wisdom Rune.
It's Spartan.
Yeah.
He's gonna try.
He's not gonna have very much luck here, but he will die trying. Not even the courier kill will seems appetizing to him, as he dies on his way over to it. I think he's got a TP at the ready at least.
Top tower is under attack.
It's okay, you know. Like Wisdom Runes helmets, I think it's always worth a shot, you know. As a position 5, you know, try to do what you can to contest it. And sometimes if your carry comes and helps you out, it's even better. You see some players prioritize that a lot. I mean, it's just a big deal, you know, the Wisdom Rune. And Whisper here, he's going to get ganked by this Supreme Meeple. Plus he's going to roll in. Should be just a straightforward kill here, not much you can do about it.
Maybe they get Ari? Seems unlikely. I don't
more spells.
The cast. Okay, I mean, that's a pretty decent kill, though. That was just Supreme going for the Bounty Rune and then getting a nice pick off. So nice map awareness there from the side of KZ team, as they will be able to string together that kill. The ultimates are a bit further behind. You can see the experience for KZ team is slightly lacking. I say that because I think this Phoenix level 6 is going to be very important, so we'll go ahead and take note of that, especially because I anticipate OG after farming up. Well, what's their core items here? Maybe this Whisper Veil. They're going to end up making a little bit more of an aggressive play. For now, Spartan just doing Spartan things. Really making some space, making sure that he's able to be as annoying as possible. Unfortunately, cannot quite get the kill there on the tomato creep, but BZM's going to clean him up there with that Illuminate. So a haste rune for BZM, but he's not going to chase after Astral.
And he still doesn't have boots, I think he has to try to chill a little bit and wait for the boots before he tries to do anything crazy right now.
That's true.
I mean, he's already made a lot of space, like boots farming well, all 3 cores. They're having a pretty decent time, in terms of net worth. Like they have to try to, I feel like we'll just wait for the diffusal. Their lineup is not like, oh, somebody gets a certain level and then they can move, Everybody is just going to sit in their lane and
hope they don't die here. Yeah, Spartan, he saw this coming on the ward. Blood Grenade missed. They actually canceled the TP from BZM, so that's going to be an easy kill there, knowing that the snowball was incoming, I'm sure. Yuragi now, he's up to level 6, does not have a point saved though. No Eclipse, but it won't matter. KZ team will not be that yellow.
Koto's level 6, he's strong. They have to respect that.
Nice kill there, at least onto the mid lane Snapfire, richest hero in the game.
Yeah, I mean, back to farming, for KZ team. Like farming the diffusal, I feel like that should be their first timing to play around with. Not sure what the Brood's supposed to go this game. I guess you go Orchid and try to find pickoffs. That's gonna be whiles away. It's not gonna be here for the next few minutes. This lineup is not easy to play. You have to really understand each hero's item timing to use it to play around the map, and the supports are gonna have to be very, very careful where they're going. Which core are they gonna play around with? It's not very straightforward, at least for me, for the supports.
Yeah, I guess like right now, if you're the Tusk, are you just looking to play around?
Yeah, who do you look at?
Top lane?
The lone druid is the one that you can kill the most,
right?
I feel. With the tag team and the bear and the hero hitting, and he's gonna get his diffusal in another 2 minutes, and I think that would be the first target that you play around with, and Phoenix just wants to farm more.
You're gonna make a play for the Snapfire, who does have these kisses, by the way. Couple of heroes in the vicinity, as you see Seb kind of just tethered now with Yuragi, trying to get a little bit more out of that trade. Tower still alive down bottom, but they will go diving. BZM in there immediately. Already now has the chance to go for the kisses because they've used the Savage Roar, so an easy kill there onto Otaker. In trouble is going to be Spartan now. Does actually pull one into the snowball. This is will relocate in. They're actually going to leave the Luna behind. Yuragi confident he can easily get the kill here, and he's right about that. Whisper chasing down the lone survival, which is Astral in this fight. That's a clean OG move right there, getting 3 heroes. Whisper just starting it off with the Doom. Nicely done.
Yeah, that was actually a lot of damage. I think the lone druid didn't expect him to be able to kill. Like with the true form pop and everything, they still managed to have enough damage to go through. I mean, this is the issue with this type of lineup, right? When the Brood doesn't want to come and help. So everybody's just playing for their own game. Nobody's willing to or wants to TP to move around to help each other. They're just playing for their own item timings, So whenever the enemy makes a very, very aggressive play to dive one of the cores on the tower, they're just going to be able to kill it if they bring enough heroes. So just back to farming again. Diffusal. The diffusal timing is about to happen. So I mean, it's not the earliest diffusal. He went for a trades on the bear first. But still, it's gonna be a scary one. Another 500 gold.
And they're gonna
They
actually
see
try
the
and get in
Luna with the
triangle.
ward.
This is gonna be maybe a huge jump if they can nail him. The ensnare actually does catch. Seb's gonna die to the stacked ancients. And that's not how they drew that one up.
Right, that's okay. That's a good steal. The ancient stack.
It's huge. Look at all that money for the
MVP
Meepo.
Observer Ward. MVP Observer Ward. That's like 4 stacks at least.
Wow.
On my count.
That's a series of unfortunate events there. They don't care that they missed the kill on a step. Look, he just gets bodied by the ancients. Poor guy.
Yeah, I mean this is no thanks to thanks to Spartan's initial ward earlier when he was like running around.
That's true. It is really hard to get a ward up here.
He was running around trying to play very aggressive, and he got a very deep ward down, and they were able to get a kill because of that. And now Skylark is being hunted.
Yeah, Ari kind of I think got a little bit too close there. That was an Invis rune, right? Yeah, so the Invis rune is going to tip off Skylark with the sudden appearance of the Coddle. Whisper, by the way, just heading straight into the Shiva's Guard, so no real surprise there, to be honest. It's pretty close to it as well, and we see a good amount of gold actually now stacked up.
It's just very, very good with his team. Like the aura with the Snapfire, with the Cotter, it's just going to amp everything up so much. I think at some point, I feel like none of the KZ heroes are going to be able to stand in front. You know, if you don't have a BKB, you're just going to be overwhelmed by the magical damage. And nobody wants to buy a pipe on their lineup except for the supports, but it's going to be too expensive for either one of them to be able to afford it.
All right, Winter, talk to me about this. Here's what I see right now for KZ team. 3 of their core items, the first 3 big ones are now online, right? That being the Orchid for the Brood, the Fusel for the Bear is now assembled, and your Ag Scepter for Meepo. I don't know if the Ag Scepter is necessarily go time for Supreme, but what kind of aggression would you expect from them here? Is this one of their timings, or not quite yet?
It is definitely one of the timings, but I don't think that they're really that strong right now yet. I feel like they would ideally want to get a pick off into Roche.
Okay, they're going to actually go for the Wisdom Rune. At the same
nice.
time, we'll be able to find Astral here with the Rod of Atos. Still continuing to fight. Luna and Seb are actually out of this fight here, at least for another couple of seconds before the relocate brings them back on in. There's the Mega Meepo and the Ensnare onto Whisper, who's completely burned of mana thanks to the Bear. Careful though, these kisses are absolutely massive. Down goes finally the Supernova. Spartan able to still run away, but the Bear is dead. They will be able to at least call in another one, but Seb, with his mechanism, just keeping everyone too healthy. The damage, it's just not here from KZ team, and now the Odeker Lone Druid, he's being focused down. The Bear is basically being ignored as it's BZM who secures the kill with that last little cookie leap. Whisper chasing for more. They have the vision, and there another Rod of Atos will condemn the 3rd member of KZ team in this fight. They were not that strong. You were totally right.
That was what I said, you know, about the magical damage. There's just too much damage. Nobody can stand in front and tank. And if you can't stand and fight as Meepo or Lone Druid or Brood, it means that you're not going to be able to dish out damage because you have to right-click. I mean, that's the problem right now. You're going to have to farm their BKBs. I think, obviously Lone Druid is not going to get BKB, but except for Brood can get a BKB. But if you're Lone Druid and Meepo, you're kind of hoping somebody buys a pipe so that they can actually take the fight, you know. Because they don't really like BKBs. And your supports don't really have room to farm the pipe. So it's going to be a tough struggle. I think they have to just try to go for pickoffs, you know, just try to keep fighting and try to split the map with the Meepo clones and the Brood pushing out and find opportunities to split and get a pickoff. But then again, you're playing into relocate, so that's difficult as well.
Quick kill there onto Spartan. Really
yeah,
nice
I actually feel like they don't really have many options to play the game now. They're playing against relocate. It's hard, man. It's hard. I mean, realistically, you kind of just have to hope for playing the map and try to find a pick off with the Tusk. I think that's it. You know, if they relocate, you just have to do it and try to run away, get the kill and run away.
Fine looking bunch we are.
Link Dagger now for Supreme. Look to try and set up the combos there a bit better, but they will be able to rotate through this top lane and find the Brood Mother. That's always a troubling sign of the game for me, when Brood's able to get kind of uprooted and killed in quote-unquote her side of the map. I know this is the OG side of the map, but it's not really the way that you want to be playing the game when you're a Brood Mother, is it?
Yeah, definitely not. But what can you do? You know, the game is just it's just weird, you know, when you have calls like this and the laning phase it didn't really go so well for you. So maybe you just have to try to farm wherever you can. I mean, hopefully they are able to set up some good wards for the Brood. I think the Brood is gonna need some good vision to be able to play around this area dangerously. Everybody's just gonna have to be selfish, you know, the Brood and the Meepo and the Lone Druid, and just try to get as much as you can, and you sacrifice the Tusk and Phoenix just to, you know, get your farm. He's gonna want to get a shot early this game on the Phoenix. That'll be useful.
Yeah, that's gonna be a huge item here for them if they can swing it.
Yeah, I think if you go for the Tormentor, you don't get it, or maybe you even just get the shot, you know, before your team is going to do the Tormentor. The shot is just very, very good to protect the Meepo and the Lone Druid in this game. I'm sure you're dealing with a Doom that's going to stop the healing. You can only Doom one hero, you know, so I'm sure the shot is still going to do some impact in the team fights.
Another smoke play here from OG.
Gleipnir's done on
Yeah.
Snapfire. That's huge.
Whisper working towards, I
Radiant's middle
want to say the
tower is
BKB,
under
but maybe
attack.
he's going to reconsider into the Blink since he feels like, well, they can't really
Dire
kill me if
are
we've got the
scanning.
Wisp behind. The smoke instantly broken now as it's KZ team who are looking for a fight, but now that they find one, it's not really the one they wanted. Oh no, the kiss is now coming on
Meepo.
down. Supreme trying to poof away his Meepos. It's decent. Gets them into the Mega Meepo form as well. Astral is going to be sent back. Barely gets off this Supernova, but the Luna should be able to reach him. Seb bringing in Yuragi from behind on the relocate. Supreme able to TP away. Spartan not as lucky. They get through the Whisper at least,
Has been killed.
but still a costly fight. I mean, 2 supports for 1 core is
It's okay, you
Okay.
know. I feel like it's okay for KZ team. I feel like they're happy, you know, like sacrificing the supports. I felt like with this type of course, you are always gonna want to use your supports as bodies and just try to get better traits or kill the enemy. But Whisper is a pretty huge kill in my opinion. I think he's actually worth more than Phoenix and Tusk at this point. You know.
Ooh.
You're getting your meatball
Yeah.
to
Could be something here.
Yeah.
He's in trouble with the bear actually coming in to close the gap
Oh, the
as
shredder.
well. Holy
The
moly,
shredder.
the shredder. They need a little bit more. Supreme. He's going to drop BZM, manning up in the river, turning back for another scatter blast. In fact, they might be able to get this lone druid as well. The Doom is going to be committed here. The bear doing their best to keep him at arm's length.
Nice
Good
block,
ice
good
shards
shot.
with the cookie. Vaulting Whisper on over. Sent further in the air now by the Walrus Punch of Spartan. Running through the Acorn Warriors. He wants this bear. The Gleipnir now as KZ team. They're just leaving bodies in the wake of this trail. One of those is going to be BZM. Spartan is going to get picked up eventually. A slight overextension there. Still a kill onto the Meatbow. It's a
Dire's
mid laner
middle
for a
tower
mid.
is under attack.
I don't know. It's a little messy.
Yeah, I mean that's why we see the Snapfire as a core, you know, against the Meepo. Is that he is actually crazy against Meepo. The single target is good at killing
Radiant
off
are
a
scanning.
specific Meepo when he's not mega Meepo, and you have a AoE stun and AoE damage when he's speeding up too. So I mean I get the idea now. I think the hero is really strong to deal with Meepo in the lane and in the game.
Smoke plays
So,
coming. Seb has relocate if he really needs to use it. He's holding on to it for now as they're
Oh, massive
trying to get
heal.
through Ari. The heals are so big, but just can't be enough for Seb to possibly heal through that. Did hold on to that mechanism, but there's a fat chance really that COD will survive. Nice play there. Really max range tether. Good coordination here. And in fact, the reload out, but they've silenced him. And now interrupting the cast point of the relocate will condemn him. Big pick off there.
Not afraid of
Radiant's
Yeah,
middle
huge
tower
kills
is
there
under attack.
for KZ team.
There's a supernova used. That seems to have... They've killed Yuragi? Okay. The divide and conquer
killed him
worked
in-
out.
Did he get left behind?
Seems like he got killed by Bear and then maybe was looking for the Phoenix and then just a supernova happened. I was following the chase onto Seb. I didn't really
Yeah,
realize
me too.
Yuragi would have been going any further there. Seems...
Yeah.
Dire
I don't know.
are
It's, yeah, it
scanning.
seems like left behind.
Dire's
A
middle
huge turn
tower
of
is under
events
attack.
here for KZ team. Now they're gonna have a diffusal. Shard is going to be the next one for Meepo. And this is going to even increase his capacity to fight and to brawl. Lonju is building an axe. Okay, that's it's gonna take a couple more minutes before he gets that. And Brute's getting a Lincoln to deal with the Doom. I feel like he still kind of needs like a BKB because there's too much magical damage. I kind of like going BKB first and then you get the Lincolns to deal with the Doom later. I think with the Lincolns he's still gonna have a hard time entering the team fights. Okay? We'll just have to see how he plays it out. He has a lot of damage with the Bloodthorn
Dire's
right now.
top tower is under attack.
Right near, catching Skylark here, trying to farm on the cliff, trying to jump down. No luck for him here with the kisses committed. We can keep him Spartan at bay. Little commitment there, smoke used and the kisses, but while BZM still picking up kills and stopping the Broodmother from farming, I think OG are quite happy with the way that this game is still progressing. Although they've taken a couple of blows now, it's nothing that they can't get back up from.
Radiant structures are
Okay, they got the
fortified.
shard, but it's not for Meepo, it's for it's for the Tusk. Not the
Radiant's
most
bottom
useful
tower is
shard.
under attack.
I guess the Phoenix already has his
Radiant's
shard, so
bottom tower
he's not
has
that
fallen.
pissed off. You know.
Who would it have been? It was them between the Lone Druid. Lone Druid shard's pretty good, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. It's definitely better than the Tusk shard.
Yeah.
Dyer's
Went
middle
for
tower
Ag Scepter,
is
by the way,
under
on this
attack.
lone druid, so he recognizes that he's just too easy of a kill on the hero himself, so he's gonna, I don't know if he'll park it in the fountain necessarily, but effectively park very far away and then just kind of control the bear from here. So he's about to finish that off. It does mean, however, that this Roche contest here, first Roche 23 minutes in by OG, is going to be uncontested, as OG will be rewarded with this first Aegis. What do you think is the goal with this first kind of an Aegis here, Winter, that OG will be grabbing?
I'm not sure if they're actually strong enough to siege high ground with this. I feel like it's just going to be like farming and taking some small skirmish around the map. It's also, in a way, taking away the Aegis from the Meepo, right? Because the Meepo is supposed to get Roshan in the game most of the time. So you're taking it away from him. I think that's a pretty big deal for the Meepo, not getting the Aegis. And I feel like it's going to give the Luna just more security to farm and just to keep scaling, you know. Like eventually, when you get to like your butterfly timing, I feel like the Luna is going to be able to just do too much damage in the fights that the Meepo and the Lone Druid, they're not going to be able to stand in front, you know, against the bouncing glaives.
The bouncing glaives. Yeah, I think for me, those glaives are going to be really concerning. Is there...
The shard and the glaives are going to be crazy in the fights.
Look, okay, I know we're not close to... Well, we're approaching late game, of course. Every second we march towards it, it's inevitable. However, I know that this draft from KZ probably is not meant to go late game, right? They're not eager to scale into this Luna, into this 25 talent for the Snapfire, into a Doom late game with a refresher and all that. But, like, do KZ have a chance here if this does end up going late? Or do you think it's really going to be too difficult by then?
It's a very broad question because it really depends on the state of the game, right? Like Meepo, Lone Druid, Brood, they're not exactly like very weak like late gamers. You know? They're kind of decent. You can play the map, you can go for pickups. There's a lot of things you can do in late game as Lone Druid and Meepo. You know, with the axe, you know, on the bear you can always create a diversion, go for a backdoor, kill the Rex. You know, there's a lot of crazy things can happen. You know, so I wouldn't say that late game there's no chance for them to win. You know? It just depends on the state of the game. Are they ahead? Are they behind? Is it an even game? And what are the items on the playing field? But I get where you're coming from. You like you don't really want to deal with like.
Yeah, so that's where I was wondering. Another kill here on the Spartan. That is death number 8 now. Or the Greek captain, position 5. He's a bold player. That just levels him up, you know.
Yeah, it's also not just the Luna. I mean, Doom late game with refresher is gonna be very annoying.
That's what I said. I mean, a Snapfire late game as well is really scary. So that's kind of what I mean. Like, is this really necessarily a team that you want to go late game into? I mean, for me, I guess it's always a two-parted question, right? It's how well do you scale? How well does your enemy scale? What kind of play style you're looking for? I guess that's more than two parts, but it's, you know, you still draft this kind of a draft going for your tri-core cheese with an idea in mind. And I guess I was kind of implying there that I don't really know if this KZ team is going to be super happy with these heroes if this game does end up going late. I think it was meant to maybe do a little bit more here in this early phase of the game. They still have time, mind you. I'm not saying that they're completely out of it or anything like that.
I mean, I feel like right now, if they are going to look to win the game, if it goes late, it's going to come down to some Aghanim's bear trying to backdoor. Or Meepo speed pushing, you know, it's kind of something like that. Or the Brood, you know, catching people off, and then you're able to use the bear to get the Rex, you know. It's gonna be something crazy like that, you know. But as far as I'm concerned, right now for OG, they don't really want to deal with that, you know. So they're gonna try to hit a very sharp timing with the Luna and try to siege the high ground, you know. When the Luna has Aegis and Butterfly and he's on your base, hitting your Rex with the waves bouncing around, good luck engaging into it.
Here they go. I mean, I don't think they're going to commit for this push. Maybe just looking for a fort. They're going to force rotations.
Yeah,
here he does.
This is a huge timing.
Yeah, but look at the ice shards now. Look at that. Oh, it's gone already. What an upgrade.
Radiant's middle tower
This is going to be troublesome. They will have another fortify here, Winter, of course, because that's just the first tier 3 tower that will go down. They have a tier 2 in the mid lane, so they can't so easily go for a second lane of barracks. But this tier 3 tower will be dropping, seemingly. There's a little bit of a split push going on. Skylark opting to push the bottom tier 2 tower. He will get to do that one, but Yuragi more than happy to destroy these top lane of barracks. Ranged and melee are gone. KZ team, no interest whatsoever in defending that one, Winter. They even hold on to their next fortify.
I think it was the right call. I don't think they should have engaged into the Aegis. They just need to keep getting items, find a better opportunity to pick them off and fight.
amplified damage rune into the bottle for BZM. Keep your eye on that one. He doesn't have the 25 talent yet, but he's still doing a fair amount of work with his right clicks without it.
He has the 15 talent, so that's pretty strong with his build. +2 little shredder attacks. 20, you'll get the multi-shot, and when you get the Daedalus at some point, then you're gonna destroy everything.
Especially with your right side talents at 25. How's Whisper coming along for his items? BKB is finished into the Octarine Core next. No surprise there. Ari is going for the Ignis Fatus. That Will-O-Wisp being in the quick buy. And after Butterfly, it'll be a Hurricane Pike then for the Yuragi Luna, as OG again continue to siege very comfortably Winter. 1 minute left on this first Aegis that they've gotten. So far with this first Aegis, Tier 2 top taken, Tier 3 and Lane of Rax top. They are going to now add a Tier 2 mid to that list, and we'll see how much more they want to get as they look for a kill. They knew someone was probably waiting there, and that someone this time is going to be Spartan. Ice Shards don't really do too much for him here, unfortunately, as he will be down for the count. Another 30 seconds for him.
Yes, buyback. So it's
does.
fine. So again, you know, a Luna on your high ground with the glades bouncing around. If you want to go, you have to go 20 seconds. Once the Aegis, I think they need to jump once the Aegis is about to expire. There's no other play. Can't let him just
15
stick another
seconds
set of reps.
on that Aegis. The Meepo pushing down bottom can always poof back to his base here.
Here we go.
My
They're waiting
goodness.
for the time. They're
There we
waiting.
go.
They're waiting.
5 seconds here of Supreme. He's in. He's going to try and open this one up onto the supports, but oh my goodness, already too much damage being done to Supreme. I don't know if he's going to get out of
Aegis
this
is
one.
out.
The heals is pretty darn good. There goes the Aegis. Yuragi, who does not have a BKB, is turning and fighting with the Eclipse active, but it's Whisper who's on top of the Mega Meepo. The Meepo's on top of themselves. He's doomed. He's already down and killed off. There's already the Supernova, which has been used. And I think that's it. I think that was the effort here. KZ team, they just don't have it in in the game number 1 to take down OG.
Not enough damage. I think OG played the game very close to perfect. You know, they did everything they needed to do. Yeah, their items were precisely what they needed to go for. Vault together with the right timings and just ended the game. You know, like there's nothing the Lone Druid Brute and Meepo Trico could have done to deal with this. You know, I think the only way the game goes a little bit differently is if the laning phase went better for them. You know,
Right.
especially for the Meepo, you know, because he kind of got destroyed by the Snipe Fire. And the Brood and Phoenix, I think that lane is also not meant to succeed, you know, because Phoenix is a weaker laner. If you needed to win the lane harder, I think they needed something